For Cisco's full episode of Dance and Other Things with all of the tea on moving to LA, his relationship with the Vogue scene, and building his dance career, be sure to hit the little I in the top right-hand corner of your screen or click the link down below in the description box. I promise you won't want to miss it. So you had been doing the Vogue battles and stuff like that. You ended up getting the 2 jobs. At what point did you decide, okay, I am going to pay attention to teaching and try this teaching thing?
Around that time, I had this audition come up, and it was a Honda commercial. They sent it to me. I've been on plenty of auditions, like I said, a million of. I went into this with just the intention of just auditioning. Made it to the final audition. This is a 3-day audition. And then I went through all these styles. And as I'm saying them, I'm actually like
doing them. Yeah.
I was in casual conversation. I was like, yeah, I Vogue and I wax.
Right. Slip the audition right in there. And
then at the end, I was like, but I also stepped there. They were all foreigners. Because a lot of producers sometimes come from other countries.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, and I stepped, and the main producer was sitting back up. And then he was like, what's step? And he sat forward. And I was like, it's like you're making music with your body. So I did the step, and he literally adjusted himself in his seat. It really woke him up. And I left the audition. And then I get a call. I booked the audition. The only dancer to book it in LA.
Wow.
It was a Super Bowl hotspot commercial.
Wow.
Where I got residuals.
Yeah.
Residuals, invested in the camera equipment, invested in the laptop that I'm on right now, my stabilizer, my lights. It literally paid
a lot of, yeah, dude.
More than a doctor's salary in a year.
That is crazy, because I try to tell that to people when they move to LA and they're like, oh, I want to dance for so-and-so. And I'm like, that's great and all. But in the beginning, when you have no name, the thing you should be wanting to get is these commercials. Because for me, I got a Adidas commercial. I didn't get residuals, but I got a fairly big buyout. And And so from that commercial, I was able to purchase my first set of merchandise for my brand Motion Prep. That's how I paid to start my brand. And I also watched a video on, her name's Erin Carpenter. She started Nude Bar. They make the tights for dark skinned dancers. She booked a commercial, and that's how she bought her first merchandise. And so I'm like, there's something in commercials being able to give you a big amount of money at one time. And when you get that, use that to do what you really want to do. And so that's how you were able to purchase all of your tech and stuff. So what made you pick heels to start teaching? Because you had all of these different backgrounds. How did you, this is my thing?
I honestly, that's an interesting story, because I wouldn't say I picked heels. It developed into that. It evolved from what I was doing. So I taught, so how I was a big fan of Live in Color from America's Best Dance Crew. Bianca Bruton is my favorite. Seeing her, I loved the whole group, but seeing her, I was just in awe. I had already been dancing, did hip hop. I really liked that style, that Florida riding out. And I took onto that when I was doing my own group. I didn't do that style, but I was very much high energy. So I matched that energy. Then out of nowhere, I was just let me try some R&B music, because I used to sing for 10 years before I danced. So R&B just had a special place for me. I loved Boyz II Men, Brian McKnight, Music Soul Child, John Legend, Jagged Edge,
vocals. Yeah,
real soul, you know what I mean? And So like this is when I discovered Kaylani before she had like an album. She had some like EP out, and I just dabbled in it, and I was like, let me just try this out. And this is again just my hip hop, taking it to an R&B world, and I really enjoyed it. Did it for a while. Um, and then, of course, in the dance world, majority of people who dance are women. That's just how it is. Like, if you go to any school for dance, it's going to be a sprinkle of guys and it's going to be women. It's not like a bad thing either. It's just how it is. I think also, too, because, you know, most guys want to be macho because, you know, upbringings and old fashioned, like, you know, you got to be manly and dancing is not manly. Now that's not the case, but back then. So I had a lot of women taking my class. And then one was like, can I come in heels? And that's where it sparked. When I was doing that in Arizona, I came out to LA, I just continued doing that. And then, you know, years later, I was like, let me just put a heel on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as soon as I put the heel on, I understood my purpose. It was
Dude, you want to hear something crazy? I remember we were at the studio. I think we had just gotten some studio space to just like F around. And you were like, I think I'm going to start wearing heels when I teach. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, I was like, I've been waiting for you to want to do that. And you brought them and you put them on. And I was like, oh, he's feeling it. I was like, this is it. And so it's crazy to have seen that too for you. Like, I saw that moment for you being like, I'm supposed to embody this fully. And I think that's also why the people who take your classes, like, they feel a real connection to you, because it's like you're not just teaching it to teach a heels class. Like, that was already in your style. How you said with the R&B and the kind of music that you like to pick, those people were already attracted to you. And to me, from an outsider looking in, I feel like that's why a lot of people are attracted to you, is because of your music choices. It's because of like that soulful sound that you're attracted to. And from there, like, people aren't only just attracted to your movement, but they're attracted to the space that you create. You know what I mean? When you teach. And that also includes the music.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the most important part.
So for my final question, what have you learned about fulfillment on your journey here in LA so far? What have you learned about fulfillment for yourself, and how has that definition of fulfillment changed for you, if it has?
Like, up until now, I definitely have had like tunnel vision. So, you know, no side eyeing, looking at everything going on. Now I've basically learned how to kind of like enjoy where I'm at, be present, pour into myself. I literally would drill myself into the ground and wonder why I'm low-key depressed, but like doing so many amazing things. Mm-hmm. Like all the good stuff, and it's nice too, and I see it all too, but I also just sometimes I caught myself not feeling a certain way, you know, about it, like in my personal life, because I didn't have balance. So, I mean, pouring into myself and balancing myself, making more time for family, and being able to, like, now that I have financial freedom, I can like treat myself and do things and like realize like, okay, you can enjoy things other than work and like just the grind, and like being able to do things like I paid for my mom's knee surgery, you know what I mean? Like, there was never a day I thought I was going to be able to afford that. Yeah. But I did that. And those kind of things really like made me feel like I made it, you know? Because at first, like, I thought it's just going to be a great feeling to like all this glory and like being seen on TV and, you know, meeting these artists. And when it happens, like, it's nice sometimes to meet some artists who are just there for work. It's work. So really, you don't get that fulfillment you expect when you work these jobs that you dreamed of all your life. So I realized like the fulfillment comes in like what you do for yourself and for the people you care about with what you gain from what you've done for yourself.